Thank you very much for the introduction, Andrew. It elaborated on the bio that I gave you today. And also thank you to the Priority One team for giving me the opportunity to share my story about why Tauranga is my place to shine. For me, well, I was born and raised here in Tauranga, but I didn't always love it like I do now. In fact, I have distinct memories of telling my parents, and my dad, who is here, will vouch for this, that once I finished school, I would be leaving Tauranga and not coming back. At 18, I thought Tauranga was, in my teenage words, fairly lame. Too small, nothing to do, not enough people, everyone was old. I was pretty keen to get out. So when I finished school, I moved to Wellington to university, and I didn't look back. I loved Wellington, so after finishing university, I stayed working there. Tauranga remained my place to visit, a place I'd come home to see family, but it was never on my radar as a place I'd consider living in. I love city life, 18 years in Wellington, Japan and then London. I loved the feel that these cities provided. I loved that where I chose to live attracted people from all around the world. The people that I met from America, North Asia, Southeast Asia, all around the world became my friends and my colleagues. There was so much opportunity in the places where I chose to live and a lot going on. But over time, thoughts of Tauranga did creep in. 18 years of living in places with, let's face it, fairly average weather. I started to appreciate Tauranga, the beautiful moa, the sunny skies, and this kind of beautiful scenery. A husband and 2 children later, and we moved back to New Zealand, but to Auckland. At this point, we were convinced that Tauranga offered brilliant weather and a great lifestyle, but we remained unconvinced about the work opportunities that existed here. However, over the next year, while battling traffic in Auckland and rising house prices, and spending our weekends here enjoying the scenery, we started to see how this region was changing. Firstly, it was evident to us that there were more people here with young families just like us. These people had jobs, good jobs, interesting and entrepreneurial jobs. They seemed to have their professional and their personal lives sorted. Secondly, I noticed how the people had changed. I noticed tourists, business people, and students who came from all around the world. You'd see them just like the people in this picture, a Thai girl, a Japanese girl, and a Chinese girl, all enjoying the lifestyle here. They were working in bars and restaurants, sitting next to you in the movies, and chatting to you while having coffee in your favourite cafe. It brought a really cool feel to Tauranga, and it was a feeling that I knew and had experienced before. And suddenly, Tauranga seemed that little bit more interesting to me, a place that had opportunities. And with that, less than a year after we arrived in Auckland, we made the move to Tauranga. Seeing the international communities that were forming here, I started to see an opportunity that was closely linked to my professional life too. For the last 16 years, as Andrew mentioned, I've been working in the field of international education, working in countries around the world to recruit international students and immerse them into wherever I was living at the time. I recognised that Tauranga had an opportunity for greater export education delivery. We had this great lifestyle, we were close enough to Auckland, we had great schools and tertiary institutions, we were comparatively cheaper than the big cities, and we had a growing number of these international people who would be available to support international students. The time was right too. In 2012, when I returned to Tauranga, the government had issued a leadership statement on export education, recognising that export education was at that time our 5th largest export sector. They had an aspirational plan to increase the economic value of the sector from a then 2.5 billion to 5 billion by 2025, and growth in the regions was central to this plan. The Crown Agency for Export Education, Education New Zealand, supported the work of Priority One and the plans for international student growth within the Economic Development Strategy. I was subsequently appointed Regional Manager for Education Tauranga and was tasked with increasing the economic value of the international education sector here in this region by 15% by 2017. Today, 2 years out from our deadline, the Tauranga region has well exceeded that target. Following a distinct and collaborative marketing effort, we have seen a significant increase in students, mainly from India, Korea, Philippines and Germany. This amounts to a 24% growth in student numbers to our region, who now contribute an estimated $31 million to our community. Our primary schools are the fastest growing primary schools internationally in the country, and our high schools are growing at a 4% growth, which is on par with Auckland. We're doing pretty well. The economic value of these students is obviously so important. We have the dollars that the students spend while they're here, which makes up the 31 million. But equally as important are the dollars that the students' friends and family spend while they are here helping their child settle or attend graduation ceremonies. We also have the contribution that our former students make when they return to the region to look for business and investment opportunities. All of these things are great, fantastic for a city like ours, but equally as important are the social benefits that these new migrants to our region bring. International students are of course attracted here for the lifestyle, for the work-life balance, for the high-quality education, and for the fact that it's a region where you can easily progress from primary school right through to tertiary institutions, and they'll have even more opportunity when the tertiary precinct opens. They will continue to come here. I think that's really cool. These international students bring new perspectives and outlooks to the Kiwi students that they study alongside, whether it be at primary school or university. And once they graduate, they will bring skills and innovation to our workplaces. I think they make our region a pretty exciting and vibrant place to live and work. Andrew mentioned that people choose a community that suits them first and work comes secondary to that. This is certainly true for me. The lifestyle and increasingly culturally diverse community were the two things that encouraged me back here. To me, it meant that I could live well in a place that was open to the world and full of potential. I'm just lucky that I've found a career here that I love and am passionate about, and the fact that I am contributing to the changing face of this region is just a bonus. Thank you.